Public servants have declared today a national day of action and are leading a march demanding a double-digit wage increase. The 7-day ultimatum given to government by the public sector has officially lapsed. This following a deadlock in wage negotiations between trade unions and the state. Our reporters Heidi, Giokos and Nqobile Madlala on the ground bringing us live coverage of marches held across the country. We're going to start here in Gauteng with Heidi, Giokos. Heidi, what is the latest? Are the numbers starting to pick up?
The numbers are definitely starting to pick up, and we might be seeing even more numbers coming. National Treasury, as well as Saftu, Fidusa. So it seems as though everybody's coming together. But what's interesting here is that workers have been told no pay. So this might deter them from coming. But let's get further perspective. We are joined by John Thefo, who's from the PSA. Thank you so much for your time, John. We appreciate it. I want us to speak about whether or not you think workers will heed the call to come to this particular march today, given the fact that they've been told no work, no pay.
No work, no pay does not scare our members. They are prepared to sacrifice their salaries because in any case, they are losing a lot. You'd remember that they got increased last time in 2019. If they are going to stop because they are crying for 1 day or even 2 days, it will be the end of workers in this country because they are going to be treated like SASSA grant recipients, where employer will just decide to say, this year we're giving you 10 rand, this year we're giving you 2 rand. Workers are angry and they are prepared to pay with their lives.
So have workers told you that they will come despite the fact that they will not be paid today?
Well, you can see already they are here and others are still coming because it's our members who said we want to go out. It is actually us that have been delaying them to say we are still engaging employer because they are angry, they want to go out. Now they have seen what is the meaning of that 3% when it goes in their account because they realized that it was nothing, it cannot help them to do anything. That is why I'm saying our members are angry and they actually are ready to go for indefinite strike.
I want us to speak about the fact that government has said that they don't have fiscal resources to give an increase of 10%.
We don't agree with government that government does not have money. Firstly, the same government, we had said to them a long time ago, re-look at this tender system, which is a license for mass looting. If you check the amounts that went into the leakage through corruption, where politicians and those connected to them have enriched themselves, you cannot then come to workers and tell them that you do not have money. What is even worse, you can check, other state-owned entities are getting higher increase, but only when you come to public servants, the government is poor. We cannot accept that.
Okay, what is your plan? You're going to go to National Treasury, and what are you hoping to achieve?
We are continuing. You remember that as PSA, we gave the same Treasury memorandum. So we are 7 days, which ended, and they responded to say they don't have money, and we are continuing. This is just, as we said, it's a gunning. We are shooting to them to say, be warned. Now, we are going to continue, obviously, with Phase B, Phase 2, that we are going to have indefinite strike, and that will announce at the right time. We are going there to give this memorandum to say, reconsider this stance of yours that you want to impoverish government workers. If they don't want to take this hit, then you'll see, even the borders, there will be no movement. And it's not a threat.
It's not a threat.
It's not a threat. We'll make sure that we live up to that.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. We do appreciate it. That is John Thefo from the PSA. And I think those are threats. In Fundo, they are saying that they will definitely be going on an indefinite strike should their demands not be met, and they are giving their first warning shot to government should they not listen after this march.
Right, let's actually rope in Nqobile Madlala, who's out in Durban monitoring the protests for us there. Nqobile, some of those who are on the streets today say they want to protect the gains of collective bargaining. What are others saying brought them to the streets today?
Well,
right now, Mfundo, what we're seeing is more numbers coming in, and it seems they're echoing the same point. You'll remember that when we were having a conversation with some of these organizations, they continue to say that they cannot accept the 3% that was imposed on them. So that echoing the same sentiments as what you were hearing just earlier on with Heidi there, speaking to some of those people. But of course, we know that in the front of that march is COSATU, and we're going to bring in now COSATU in the province to speak to us about these issues. I mean, we are seeing a lot of people coming in now. What does this mean for your march?
It means that this march is very relevant. It means that this march really talks to the issues that affect workers on the ground, and it talks to what really, it talks to what as COSATU we are addressing has a huge support of workers behind us.
What are you addressing as COSATU?
We must say that, as we've always indicated, we are addressing the issue where we are saying that we cannot allow the government to undermine the collective bargaining. You might have witnessed that on the 15th of this month, the government has unilaterally implemented its own view of what it wants to give workers, its own offer, without any agreement. And therefore, to us, that is the undermining of collective bargaining. And you are saying, as COSATU, government will never ever allow to undermine workers. Government can never ever ignore us. That is why we said we are going to come out in numbers today to say that the government needs to go back to the table and negotiate with workers.
But isn't it a bit too late, though, knowing that already the 3% has been implemented?
No, it's not too late, because what has been implemented is the employer's will, is the employer's view, is not what workers want. It's, as we have indicated, that workers have no control over the systems of government, what to implement, what not to implement, but they do have a control on ensuring that they continue to fight what they want to be implemented by the government. So it's not too late. We are saying that the government must go back, whether they've implemented the 3%, which is against workers, or not, but the government must go back to the table and listen to workers and able to negotiate fairly and faithfully with the workers on the demand that workers are putting on the table.
But how do you picture this working out? Because the 3% has already come into your pay. So how do you picture the 7% coming in to make it 10%? How would that work out?
Which 7% you talk about?
Well, you're asking about 10%, right? You want a 10% increase. I'm saying 3% has already gone to your pay, which means 7% is the outstanding that you're still fighting for. So tell us, how would that work out now in terms of your pay?
No, what we are saying is that there is no agreement in 3%, because as we are here today, you see how much workers have come out to support this march. So there's no agreement on 3%. We continue to advance for 10% demands for workers across the board, for workers who are public servants across the board. So there is no issue of 3% and 7%. Workers are demanding 10%. Government has decided to do its own unilateral implementation, which to us is the arrogance that the employers have always shown against workers. But it's not what workers are demanding. Workers are demanding 10%. So there is 10% that is demanded by workers.
So say you now deliver this memorandum and you don't get any reply, what happens then?
We are very clear on the memorandum that we are delivering today. We are saying that the government must be able to go back to the table, to listen to workers, negotiate with workers faithfully and fairly, and we are saying that in that memorandum, the government must respond in the next 7 days. We are saying in that memorandum, if the government has not responded in the next 7 days, on the 2nd of December, we will be declaring a full-blown strike for the as public servants workers. The unions that are in the public sector who are under us as these three federations, which is COSATU, FEDOSA and SAFTU, are saying that in the on the 2nd of December, they will be declaring a full-blown strike. And as COSATU and these other two federations, we must be willing to be leading workers for that realization of what they are demanding.
All right, so that's a tough one. Thank you very much for speaking to us. That's a hard one. You can hear Vundo is saying that the 2nd of December, should what they're delivering today at City Hall to the Premier as well as nationwide, should there be no answer in 7 days, you're going to see more numbers on the ground still demanding for that 10% that they continue to ask for. Just to show you, continues here on the ground, 10% is what the workers are asking for, and they're saying that they deserve to get that pay. They feel that the government has not listened, and this is the way the government should continue to see workers. You can see enough is what written on some of the placards that they are carrying, but they are here, they're coming through. We're seeing more buses and more taxis coming in, but the march is supposed to be starting now to go to the City Hall in Durban.